Welcome back. We need to solve this triangle. And the first thing we're going to do is use the law of cosines to find the measure of angle B. So the law of cosines, in this case, we would use b squared equals a squared plus c squared, because b is the angle we're using, minus 2ac cosine of angle B. Now, we need to rearrange that to get the cosine by itself. So we can add 2ac cosine angle B to both sides, plus 2ac cosine B, and subtract b squared from both sides. And these cancel, the b squareds cancel, and I get 2ac cosine of B equals a squared plus c squared minus b squared. And then if I divide both sides by 2ac, then I have cosine of B by itself, a squared plus c squared minus b squared over 2ac. And then if I want to find out what the actual angle B is, I just do the inverse cosine. So B is going to be the inverse cosine of, so a squared, if we're looking at angle B, A and C are going to be, well, A is 55 because it's opposite angle A, and C is 45 because that's opposite angle C. So A squared is 55 squared plus C squared, that's 45 squared, minus B squared, opposite of angle B is 58, so 58 squared, over 2 times A, 55, times C, 45. So, inverse cosine, and then I'll open up some parentheses to do all this stuff on the top. 55 squared plus 45 squared minus 58 squared. Close the parentheses for the top of the fraction. Divide by, open parentheses for all the stuff on the bottom. 2 times 55 times 45. Close the bottom, and then close the inverse cosine. And I get 70.09. So angle B is 70.09 degrees. Part 2 is use the law of sines to find the measure of angle C. So, measure of angle C. We're going to have to use, we have the measure of angle B and side B, and we have the side C, and we need to find the measure of angle C. So the law of sines tells us that the sine of angle C over 45, the length opposite that angle, is the sine of 70.09 over the length of the side opposite that angle. Okay, so if I multiply both sides by 45, I get sine of C is 45 times the sine of 70.09 over 58. So to find C, I just have to do the inverse sine of that. So then I will get C equals the inverse sine of, parentheses for the top, 45 times the sine of 70.09, close parentheses for the top, divided by, there's only one thing on the bottom, so I don't need parentheses for that. Close the sine inverse parentheses. Oh wait, I got a parentheses opening on the top, but I didn't close those parentheses on the top, so I'm going to go back, close that parentheses, and then divide by 58, and then close the sine inverse. And I get 46.84. So angle C is 46.84 degrees. And part 3 is use any method you'd like to find the measure of angle A. I like subtracting from 180. And I get 63.07. So now this triangle is solved. I know all 3 side lengths and I know all 3 angles. So in the interest of time, I won't go through all this. We're using the same methods that we used in the last 2 problems. This one we're using the law of sines, and so I'll just show the answers so that you can check to make sure you're doing this right. The missing angle is 1.3 degrees, and the distance from satellite 1 to the star is 18.86 light years. And again with number 8, I'll show you the answers here to make sure that you're doing them right. And you're using the law of sines here. I would use the law of sines for part 3 also. And these are the answers you can check to make sure you're doing them right. Thanks for watching these videos, and I'll see ya when I see ya.